Hey guys, Vazzy back here, and in today's video, I wanted to take a look at the question that I think a lot of us have been starting to think about, and that is, when could we start realistically seeing news regarding NHL 25 and its reveal trailer? So this definitely probably is a little bit early if I am being honest, but hey, it's the summer. We have all the time in the world to speculate about this and what we want to see in the future games and all of that kind of stuff. So in today's video, we will be going through the previous reveal trailers of all the NHL games, going through the dates they were released and everything like that, and I will give my predictions at the end. So with that being said, let's start with our first game being NHL 20. So I kept NHL 20 as the cutoff in this video for a particular reason. And this was the last year, I believe, that the games were released on an earlier time frame. And this was due to obviously everything that happened with COVID. This trailer was released on June 19th of 2019. So really that is honestly pretty early. At the time we were getting these games, actually it says right there, September 13th is when it launched worldwide. So I'm assuming you probably got early access on, I don't know what, the 10th, the 11th, something like that. So it is a lot earlier than what we've been seeing in current years. And again, I think a lot of people kind of want to see the NHL games go back to that schedule. Unfortunately, I don't know if we actually ever will, as it seems like the NHL season's been pushed back and they don't really have any interest in starting the season earlier, so the game likely won't release earlier as well. So that's NHL 20. Let's move on to NHL 21. So when it comes to NHL 21, this is when we really started seeing the effects of COVID, and everything unfortunately really did start getting pushed back at this point. You'll see that the trailer released on August 24th of 2020, basically a full month later than the previous game. And you'll see there that the game released worldwide to everybody on October 16th. So then again, probably October 13th or around that time, the early access would release. And this has kind of been the trend somewhere around, you know, the mid to late August window of when we've been getting these trailers. So that's kind of where this all started. So that's NHL 21. Let's jump ahead to NHL 22 and check out that game. So really looking at NHL 22 here, it really did follow a similar timeline to the previous year's game. This year's trailer dropped a couple of days earlier, more or less a week, on August 19th of 2021. The game released on October 15th of that year, with again early access probably a couple of days before that. This was the second year that Matthews was on the cover. And again, yeah, you're going to kind of see this trend here as we look toward the next couple of games, in it being really, you know, that mid to late August reveal date for the trailers. And it kind of just feels like that is the new norm regarding these games year to year. So that was NHL 22. Let's move ahead to NHL 23. So NHL 23, once again, it was on a similar time frame. It released August 25th of 2022. For some reason, I remember this trailer, it felt like it dropped a lot later than normal. I remember it just seemed like the community was waiting a lot longer, even though it only really seemed to be like a week or so later. Just something I personally remember. I don't know how you guys feel about it. And again, the game released that year on October 14th. They obviously announced the cover stars. It was Seagrass and Sarah Nurse. And then once again, you know, the early access would have been a couple of days before that, with it being the second week of October there in the 10th to the 11th range. So that's NHL 23. Let's go ahead one more year to the current game that we were on, that being NHL 24. And then lastly here we have NHL 24. Obviously the game that we are still playing up until this date, if you're still playing the NHL games. The trailer for this game was released on August 16th of 2023. This game, I felt like it released a little bit earlier than anyone was expecting. Again, the previous year's game, the trailer released on August 24th, 25th, whatever it was, so it's more or less, you know, a week earlier than the previous year's games. So I remember the announcement for the trailer, it felt like it came out really early compared to previous years. And then also when it came to the release date, it was October 6th worldwide, with the pre-access if you pre-order the deluxe edition or whatever it was on October 3rd. And I'm pretty sure I did a similar video to this last year, just looking at the trailers and giving my prediction for a release date. And I remember thinking NHL 24 basically releasing and getting a trailer, everything just a week later, so it was a nice surprise getting it a little bit earlier compared to the prior year games. So that's what the prior years have looked like. What do I think is going to end up happening for NHL 25? So just looking at a calendar here, and again, this is a total guess for me. I have absolutely no idea. It's just my predictions. For the reveal trailer, I'm looking at a date of August 15th here. My reason is that is the mid-August time range, which we have been seeing more or less in the last couple of years, and it is on a Thursday, which for the most part outside of last year is kind of the date that these trailers are released on. And then my guess for a potential release date for the game itself, again, I'm going to go with the little bit earlier release date like they did last year. I'm going to say the worldwide release date would be on October 4th. It is a Friday, with the pre-early access pre-order edition, whatever it is, being on October 1st, which is a Tuesday. Again, that follows more or less the same kind of time frame that they ended up going with last year, so it wouldn't surprise me to see them do something similar for NHL 25. So that's my predictions on potential release dates. What will we actually see when these trailers drop? Honestly, won't be too much. Probably just some gameplay clips. You're definitely going to likely get a cover star released on that day. Who knows, maybe we can get something like a Quinn Hughes, Connor Bedard, David Pastrnak. These are all players that just jump out to me. Again, total guesses, who knows, but would love to see any of those three on the cover. But outside of that, that's more or less all you're likely going to get from the reveal trailer. You'll get probably the dates of the further on trailers explaining their big selling features of this year's game. But outside of that, you're likely not getting all that much. But overall, I think that is going to do it for today's video, looking at potential dates of when we could be seeing the reveal trailer and getting some news on NHL 25. Definitely let me know down in the comments below. Do you guys agree with these dates? Are there any other dates you're looking at yourself? Definitely curious to see what you guys think about this. But that will do it for today's video. I'll see you all in the next one.